right, everybody, we are back. My next guest is the author of High Fidelity, About a Boy and Fever Pitch. His latest book is called How to Be Good. Please welcome Nick Hornby. Thank you for being here. You know, you wrote this book, High Fidelity. Great book. They turned it into a movie. I thought one of the best movies that year. I love that movie. Were you surprised that they turned it into a film? Did you know, when you wrote it, did you think this could be a film?
Well, this is a book that's set inside a guy's head, inside a record store. I mean, it doesn't really define cinematic.
Right.
And
you don't think Schwarzenegger the minute you hear about this book?
I mean, the narrative climax of this book, somebody makes somebody else a tape. That's it.
Right.
I mean, it really wasn't written with one eye on the film rights.
Right. There's no Jackie Chan fight sequence anywhere in there.
I was tempted, and then they came out.
Yeah. So, when the film gets made, were you involved? I mean, did you hang out on the set? Were you actually there when they were filming?
Well, I went to Chicago for a couple of days and saw them there, but mostly I hung out with them during the editing because they edited in London, and I went to see it too many times then. I have this thing, I think, film people, that the slightest change, and they think it's a different movie, and they kept phoning up and saying, "We've taken a minute out, you've got to come down, it's a completely different story." And you think,
right.
What's this, a film about a whale? You know, and
what did they change it into?
And you get there, and it's 30 seconds shorter, and you don't notice any difference whatsoever.
Right. So but they're like, man, look, you can see whole new colors now.
Yeah, whole new tone to the film, and in fact, the bit where the guy gets out of the car, that's gone. And that's it. That's the only thing that's happened.
Yeah, we cut out that part. He's in the store already. Yeah, isn't it amazing, man?
Yeah.
They're crazy and they're paid well. I would think, of course, everybody knows the people that are in the film. As an author, are you recognized? Do people stop you at all and think, I know you, you're famous author Nick Hornby, or does that not happen?
The main problem with being an author is not being recognized, but being almost recognized. So people, they maybe think that you're somebody, but they're not quite sure, and then they
I sympathize, my friend. Yeah.
You're
on Happy Days, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like that. But I had a guy around to my house to put a TV aerial on my roof, and he was really nice to me when he came in, and I thought, this guy knows who I am. And you know, he's just kept smiling and being really, really nice. He went up to put the aerial on the roof, and he came down, and he said, I know you hear this all the time, but I got to tell you, I just loved Wallace and Gromit. And the guys who made Chicken Run, Wallace and Gromit. Yeah. And then I realised
he thought you were that guy.
Well, the guy's called Nick Park, so there was a Nick thing going on, and
of course the accent, maybe the British.
The accent, yeah. And just as he was about to leave, he said, "Did it change your life winning an Oscar?" And my jaw just dropped, and he said, I'll see you tomorrow. And in this 24 hours, I thought, how am I going to get an Oscar? Because I didn't want to tell the guy, you know.
I love that thought process. I'm just going to correct him tomorrow.
I needed an Oscar
it's
for
like
the TV
Lucille Ball.
Right?
Yeah, I've got to go get an Oscar now.
I've got to write something really quick.
So what were you, did you have any way of getting an Oscar?
Well, in fact, the guy who lives 2 streets away wrote the music for Shakespeare in Love, and he won an Oscar. And I was really, really tempted to go knock on his door and say, listen, the TV repairman's coming around tomorrow and he thinks I'm Nick Park, so can I borrow your Oscar for Shakespeare in Love and put it on my mantelpiece?
Right. He's like, no, and you're like, then you must die. And it gets way out of hand. Now, the title of this book is interesting, How to Be Good. There must be, it's a novel, but there must be people who, because of the title, it's misleading. They think it's a self-help book or something.
So, yeah.
You hope so? Yeah. Why do you hope so?
There's a lot of money in self-help books. There's an English author called Alain de Botton, who doesn't sound like an English author, but is an English author, and he wrote a book called How Proust Can Change Your Life. And they reckon he sold a lot of extra copies because of the how at the beginning, and
because people thought this just can somehow help your life.
I don't know who this guy Proust is, but if he can be of any help, then I want to read about him. So I'm hoping for some self-help dollar here. Yeah.
Now, what is the best part? You're a best-selling author. I know nothing about that world. What's the best part of being a best-selling author? What do you like the most about it?
Apart from being able to do what I want when I want, free money.
What do you mean free money?
Sometimes you open the post and there's a check for, I don't know, $3,000, and you think, I don't know what this is for, and then it says Norwegian translation rights. And it's like, you know, that is a year's CDs, $3,000.
It is for you. What are you buying? Are you buying every CD there is?
Yeah, more or less.
The box set of Partridge Family is out. I must have it.
Yeah, there's a Monkeys one I want, yeah.
Well,
I'm saving up for that.
Yeah, is there a CD you're not buying if you're spending that much? Well, that's nice when you don't even know. I started out as a writer on television and wrote on The Simpsons for a bunch of years, and then years and years go by, years and years. I was there during the bad years when Homer was drinking a lot, and but yeah, it was my fault. Yeah, but I wrote on that show, and now it's 8 years since I wrote there. We've been doing this show for 8 years now, and still every now and then I'll get a check for like 80 cents.
Free money.
You'll actually get a check for 80 cents, and it'll be because they sold a Simpsons keychain or something in Nicaragua, and I'm getting 80 cents. But what's great about it is that you didn't expect the money.
Exactly.
So even though it's a small amount of money, you dance around, you like show it to people and go, look at this sucker! 80 cents, baby!
I got some German schools photocopying money 2 weeks ago.
German school what?
Photocopying money.
Someone photocopied.
Somebody photocopied a page of my book, then they have to fill out a form, and I got, I don't know, about 4 pennies, I think.
It's the best feeling in the world,
absolutely. I didn't do anything for it.
We should save up like 80 of these checks and then go buy some gum.
We'll go out.
You know,
we'll have an evening out. Yeah.
that would be a really good time. So, are you as obsessed with music as I would think you would be from of course High Fidelity?
Yeah, I do listen to a lot, and I got this gig for the New Yorker now, writing music criticism, and even with all the free CDs, I haven't been put off. It's a pretty horrific thing, though, once you start getting free CDs, because you realise that 99% of stuff is just awful. You wouldn't even want to open the case.
It's really bad when someone's giving you a free CD and you're like, no, I
don't want to play it.
And you don't, like, you can use them as coasters, CDs. Like, I get free CDs sometimes because of the show, and people are like, hey, dude, take my CD, and you'll listen to it, and it's like, oh my, good Lord, you know. That was bad, but you don't even want it in that. You can't even use it as a coaster because it just gives you.
It's still in the cellophane for a start.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well,
I don't even unwrap them.
You don't even unwrap them. No, you just know that they're that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's like acoustic ABBA.
On
you're like,
cover.
no, I don't want it. I'm not even unwrapping this. All right. Well, How to Be Good is of course available now. It's out there. And Nick Hornby, thank you very much for being here. Really good having you. We'll take a break, everybody. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Now, thanks to an exhilarating new innovation called the Internet, you may, in the comfort of your own home, access the Late Night with Conan O'Brien program. Why, it's simpler than it sounds. You'll be able to ascertain which guests will be appearing and which guests will not. Peruse previous Conan monologues and relive infamous comedic presentations, including the startling technology of If They Made It. Why, it's almost like traveling to the future, all the way to the year 2000 at nbci.com/Conan.